It's always very helpful for a teacher of an English language learner to find out something about the child's previous schooling. In many cases, it might be a young child who they know is just beginning school. But even there, we want to ask the question, has the child been to preschool or not? And this varies tremendously around the world, the age that students begin school and the nature of the schooling environment in their home country. So this is something we want to educate ourselves about. What is schooling like in the home country? At what age do kids go to school? And at what age do kids leave school? We also want to find out if this is a rural kid or an urban kid and their access to schooling in their environment. How frequently were they able to go to school? And was there a teacher at the school most of the time, some of the time? This is where we need to have good guesses about the type of schooling environment that they might have been involved with. We also need to know this for another reason, because their parents, even if they're a young child, that's the type of schooling environment they were in. That's the type of schooling environment they understand. And so that creates expectancies as to what they think schooling will be like in the US, and it helps us to explain some differences perhaps to the parent in terms of, no, your child can't leave in the 8th grade. They need to stay until the 12th grade. We also need to know what subjects are studied, and again, we need to know about the orthography, because if it's a shallow orthography, it was learned rapidly in the early grades, and that freed the curriculum for many other subjects to be taught. There are places in the world where kids study architecture because there's space in the curriculum for that, because they've already learned to read. We're very bogged down in the United States with the teaching of reading, and it cramps the curriculum. And in some cases, it dominates the curriculum in very negative ways, because it's taking away other subjects that students might have enjoyed learning about. But it's important for us to understand those differences in the schooling environments. Also about promotional policies. Are they promoted to the next grade by an exam, or are they promoted just based on age? We need to understand all of that so we can interpret the records that they bring, because it helps us also understand their success or their failure in the context of how much schooling they've had.